Hello and welcome to Scriptcase by Jamie. This is where we learn more about Scriptcase as well as how we deploy our projects, how we manage our projects, how we plan our projects, and much more to come. So be sure to subscribe and be notified of new videos on Scriptcase by Jamie, by me, here, helping you with Scriptcase. Okay, so we are going to start today learning about Helpcase. Now you may be thinking Helpcase is something completely different, that it's not Scriptcase, but in fact it is a Scriptcase tool. So let's have a look at it, shall we? So I'm starting now with my new Scriptcase environment, or one of them should I say, and of course we're going to start by creating a new project. So if I click here, new project, and I will in fact use a template. So let me come here to, which template are we going to use then? In fact, let's not create it. Let's go with a blank. Okay, so I'm going to go project, Helpcase. Okay, and do I have an icon here? I have to use the default images. I will have to load all my images back in here again. Thankfully, I have all of that organized. But for now, let me choose here this green help thing, this green plus. It's kind of like a help me symbol as well as an additional symbol. Okay, so then I'm going to go next. Now for the database, I don't really need to use anything. I'm going to create here a sample database using the SQLite. Okay, so this is actually going to create a nice little database for me that I can just create with and play with and do something really simple. Okay, so what theme do we want? Well, I'm going to go with the Rhino. I'm always talking about the Rhino, so let me choose that one, and I'll set that as default, and we'll remove here the Blueberry. Okay, and then I will go create. Okay, so I have my project ready, and of course I have to start by creating some new applications. So I'm just going to exit that. And because we really want something simple here, I'm just going to come here to batch applications. And there we see the tables that we have created via the SQLite example, which is really cool. So you see we have here the categories, a customers table, an employees table, order details, orders, products, shippers, suppliers, sales. See, it's pretty much like an entire store that we have here ready that we can play with via an SQLite database. Okay, so I will then just choose here the categories and the customers. Let's create there the form and the grid from both of those. And then I can choose, I can change here the name. Yeah, I'll just leave them as they are. But for the categories, I may want to have a multiple, we'll see. Okay, let's generate the source and click the next button. Okay, so Scriptcase is now creating those applications for me, which is really cool, really quickly as well. Okay, and now I will have those 4 applications. So if I just run now the categories, and I still need to add pop-ups here, so let me add that really quickly. Always allow, thank you. Okay. And just like that there, I've just allowed pop-ups, okay, because it's the first time I'm running this installation now, as you can probably tell with the one project. Okay, so now here I have my categories form, or the customers form, categories it was, and the now the customers. Okay, I need to actually refresh the page and log in again, just so I stop getting these pop-up windows, because otherwise it will get a little frustrating. And then I can open the project again. Okay, and let's run that again. Right, and there we now have the tab opening now. Instead of opening manually all the time, it gets a little annoying. And there it is, our customer form. And now let's have a look at the grids that we have. Here we have a categories grid, as well as the customers grid. Okay, and you see the theme that I like the most, and it's quite clean. I think it's quite nice. It's one of the nicest. Okay, it doesn't have some of the other elements that maybe I wanted, but personally, I like, I like to have things a little smaller. So maybe I would resize those buttons so they were around this size, because right now, like this, they are quite large. Okay, we are zoomed in 150%, mind, but still, I would not like to have them so large. And in some cases, maybe you would like to have them that large, as well as the font and everything else. So it really depends. And of course, those are the sort of things that you would then just have to change it. And in the form, again, it's quite a nice layout. Yeah. Okay. So with the help case system, which is the topic of today, now, I could click here on help and no, that is not the help case system. This takes me to the script case manual, which honestly is always good to have on the side when you develop with script case. Now, I'm hoping that will change to my knowledge base soon, because there, yes, it will be a little easier to manage. And hopefully I have some cool information there to really help you with everything you need within your development. That's the idea of it anyway. Okay, so now we have our form, and well, we have forms and we have also grids. So we can go ahead and click here, edit, and open each of those just by checking them there in that checkbox. And now they will all go ahead and open. And now it's giving me the tips as well. Okay, so now I have each of these applications open. I want to now add help case to this, but I first need to create help case. So if I come up here to tools, and here I have then the option for the help case. Okay, so I click on that. I can then create a new help case, and here I will give it an exact a title. So I will just call it sample for now, and give it a description as well, and then click create. Okay, so you just saw flash up a little menu there. That is actually because you can add multiple help case systems. Okay, so if I close this again now, and if I come back here to help case, it now gives me the option here to open whichever help case system I want. So I can actually create a new help case now. I can create another one, a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth even. And well, you'll see as we continue on. So if I then come into this, if I open here, I can then now manage or edit the help case system. Now we have here the underscore homepage. Now, as tempted as you may be to edit this, there is really no point. Just leave it as it is, okay? Just stay in root and come here to create a new file. Okay, so just leave this underscore homepage. It's the homepage. Maybe later on you may decide to come and make changes to that. But for now, let's just start off by creating a new file. So I'll call this one sample underscore customers. And then I will give it a title for the menu, customers help. Okay, and then I will just go create. Now we see here the help system has created now a sample file, and I can now go ahead and add all my information in here. So I'll say here, customers help page, like so, and bang, there we have already our help page. This is your help, don't press the button. Okay, and of course we know everybody is going to go ahead and press that button now, but that's another topic. Okay, so now that we've actually done that, we can now go ahead and, well, we can generate the form first of all. Okay, so it's going to generate all of our help case system. It has then added this page to that, or really I want to now really add another page. So if I come up here, I can create new folders. I can rename a folder. I can delete folders and files. I can show on the menu, and I can hide from the menu. I have no option there to create. It's only this button up here. So I can then go create new menu, and then I can get the option here to save. Okay, there's no save button here. It's a little complicated to actually use this help system. I say a little complicated, very complicated. Sorry, script case guys, but yes, the help case is not very easy to use. Okay, so here I can then go ahead and save that page, And now I'll create another one. So I'll say sample, and what did we have? Categories, right? Categories, there we go. And category help. Okay, create. And category help. And this is your help again. Please continue. Let's leave it like that. We can then modify that using here the HTML editor, and style our text any way we want to. It's quite you have the full editor here, which is quite cool. But that's it pretty much. Okay, so let's go ahead and close that. Okay, and let's go ahead and open it again, and let's see if it saved our file, because we got no option there this time to save our file. So I hope it has saved now. And if I come back here to customers, okay, and categories, and see it did not save our file. So I have to actually create a new file. So I'll just leave it like that for now. And let's create a new file. At least then I get the save option, and then I will go cancel. And now I come back here to categories. See how you need to do that? You can't come to close and you think, oh, okay, it's going to be saved. It's not saved. If you go to generate, it generates the application. You can upload. Again, the only way to save is actually to create a new file. Okay, so there is no other options here. So do be aware of that. And yeah, with that, then you'll be able to create your help system. Okay, so that is your first hurdle that you need to overcome when you actually use this help case system. You need help with it. I think that's really funny. But yes, you do need help with it, and that is why, of course, I'm creating this video to make sure you can actually create with it. Now, if I go ahead and close this file, I come back here to the system again, I can open it again. Okay, and again, now I have the create new file. I can view, I can edit, I can link, I can copy, I can rename, I can delete. Okay, and down here I have then the view for the index. So if I open the view for the index, it will open now here the home page, which I have not added anything to yet. Okay, so that's this one here. Now, and then you have here the category help, as well as here the customer help. So again, I can click view, and it will open those for me. I can edit them, taking us back to the editor. I can link them then to an application. So we have now here created our form categories, our form customers, grid categories, and well as the search and the summary and the grid. These are these separate modules. Okay, so we can actually create the help case and attach them to the grid modules separately, right? As well as then the grid customers, and then again the search and summary modules for the customers grid. Okay, so like that, if I just select here, so for the sample customers, that is here for form customers and grid customers, I can select those and save that. And then here for the sample categories, let's link those also, grid categories and form categories, save. And now we see those links here, and I can click the show details, and then we have also the applications which are linked to this help case file. Okay, so now within these applications, I'm going to close them again now, because when I now open them again, they should actually have the update. So if I go edit, for help case. And if not, we can also manually apply that. But of course, doing that here within help case will be much easier than via the individual applications. Okay, so within the grid, if I come down here to application and settings, and then scroll down here, we have here the help case link. And we see here the link has been applied for the application module. Okay, now I can change that for the search module, applying that either to the categories or to the customers, even the index file, or even a separate help case file that I have created. And then also for the summary, it's the same. Now, once these have been applied, when I then, well, let's go ahead and check the form first of all. So that's the grid that we've seen now. And if I come here to the form, and there we have the same options. So application, settings again, And scrolling down here, I have somewhere here the help case option. There we go, help case link. And again, the drop down menu to choose the help case file that I want to associate it with. Now, if I go ahead and run the form application, we have no help yet. Okay, there is nothing displayed here. And if I run here also the grid application, there is also nothing displayed here. Both of these should have, so we can check again here in the categories also. So we check in this one, settings, scrolling down, help case link has been applied. And within the form here also, let's double check that also. Application settings, it has also been applied, just as you would expect. Okay, I would expect. And from now, we still need to enable it. We need to add the help case option to the toolbar for these applications. So coming here to the toolbar option and then here the desktop, I can choose then here the help case option, and then I can add that here into my toolbar menu, into the top menu. And there, if I do like so, and what I will do is I will move these over to the right here, leave the help case in the center, the reload, who needs that? And well, we can just leave those. And I will do the same here for the form customers. Come back here to the toolbar and add here the help case link, add that in there. And then we can move these ones down also and get rid of the reload. And I will then also apply that here to the grid application. So here, of course, the grid application is a little more blocked up or chugga with all of the options we have there. And then here in the left menu, we need to actually scroll to the bottom and then select it there. So if I then choose it there, and by choosing an option here in the right, it automatically places it. It saves me actually having to move it around here in the grid. So the other options, I'll just leave them as they are for now. They're not in my preferred location in any shape or form, but for now it's fine. Okay, so here again, I will add then the help case in there. And now if I go ahead and run here the grid customers, I now have here the help case icon. And there we have then the help case applied. Now right there we have no options there, so that wasn't very good. So let's try then the grid categories. And here we have not added it yet, so let me close the manual. It's starting to get in the way. Here, help case, and let me double check here in the settings, grid categories, categories. So you should be there, but it's not being displayed, funny enough. Okay, let's come here to the form customers. We've added that here into the center, that's here. That's fine. Okay, so right now they're all blank still. Let me come back here to help case and we will generate the files. Okay, and there, I can close that. And then if I come back here to the form customers, let's go ahead and open that again. And now we have the content there. Okay, so we need to generate the help case first, just like the applications pretty much. And again, if I come then to the grid categories, let's check if there the help case button was there now. And now we have our help case button applied. Okay, so again, once it's generated, your applications will actually pick up that the help case files are available to it. Otherwise, it doesn't know. And of course, the links that you apply in here are only then for the help case system, not for the script case system. So it is like you are managing two separate systems within one. Okay, so you can apply the help case system to pretty much all of the applications in script case, even the menu application and so forth. And if you want to go ahead and change, of course, the help case menu button, so you can do that here in the layout. And if I come here to button themes, here in the button theme, if I scroll down here a little, we have somewhere down here the help case icon. Okay, so here's the display help. And we just need to change that. So for instance, I could change here one of these buttons. Say if I like one of this, like here, the meadow, I can copy this one, call it sample new. place it in public, okay. And now I can actually edit these buttons and edit that. And then I can come down the bottom here, come to others, and here we have then the help image. And if I want to change that to a link maybe, or a button, I can do that, or change the image entirely. I can upload an icon or choose an icon from the library here. I can also change here the CSS style that is applied, as well as the hint. Okay, so those are quite easy to adjust. If you're not a fan of the icon, then you can easily apply those. Now, when you come to deploy your help system, then you will need to make sure you place the help system file. So if I come back here to the tools again and help case, and then open here the help case system, I could generate it from there and then generate this. I then have the option to download it here as a zip file. So then I would actually download this. I can open it here manually, and there we have the entire help case system. And here we then have each of those pages. And that's why I said not to modify the home page, because it's the first page here, and until you actually see this, you're not really sure maybe what to do with that home page. So you may not use it at all. That is entirely up to you, and you may want to actually add links and so forth into this, which is what I typically do. I would usually create an index in here linking to these specific topics that I have then available in here, making it a little easier for people to know where they are going to. Okay, so that is the help case system. And just like that, notice you also have a search here. So you have a fully functional search. You go to the home, you can view the content and view each of those pages, and you can create a hierarchy in here also. And that is pretty much the help case system. Now here in the settings, we forgot to mention the settings, of course, we have various options available in here. So we can use the help case generator if we wanted to, and it's the old style or the new style. I would suggest to use the new style. I hope there is a new style again soon, as well as the options to hide or display the header, the home buttons, the search, the breadcrumb navigation, the anchors. And the navigation here works better than within the applications, I should say. So if you enable it here, you will have a typical breadcrumb navigation that you would expect. You also have here the initial page. So when you want to edit that home page, this is where you would do it. Okay, you don't want to start messing with it here. Leave that one alone. Come here to the settings, and then here you want to then make modifications to that initial home page that everyone sees. Now you have various options also for the layout. You can change the view for the header, as well as open an editor, adjust the header as well, and also change or adjust the CSS styling. So you have complete CSS styling functionality there, or features. So within the CSS section, you can actually go ahead and style that according to however you please, really, and make all those adjustments there also. So you can make it look how you really want it to look. That is pretty much it for the help case system. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Of course, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and yes, use it in your applications, especially if you use large applications. The help case system will help your users a great deal. Now, I should mention that it is a task in itself because really it is, because of course content generation, creating content is a lot of work. But of course, today we have tools like GPT available that will help us a great deal. And on that note, do be sure to check that subscription and notification bell to be notified of the upcoming video where I will be using Scriptcase with GPT to develop a platform. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and until the next video, take it easy, be safe, and catch you in the next video.